What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Let's get down to the situation. Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 11. It is going down between Mena and Safaree. Mena's out here crying up a storm. She don't know what to do or what's going on. She just can't make Safaree turn into a man like she want him to. But as you can see on the screen, Mena and Safaree are out filming a new family reunion part 2 with VH1, and Mena is kind of like flirting with Rich Dollars out here in these streets, dancing with him a little bit, and she's also flirting with Amina and everything. You know damn well if Safaree was out here flirting with any cast member on Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion Part 2, it'll be a problem. It'll be a situation. And also, going on with that situation, Mr. Rich Dollars was flirting with Mena on the Porty bus and basically asking Erica where's her man at when he used to be her ex-man. And also he asked her, "You don't you want that old thing back?" Now if Safaree did anything like that, you already know Mena would have tore that place up. It would have been off the chain. It would have been like, Safaree, you're about to go see Jesus. Lord have mercy. But in any event, let's get into the situation. Let's talk about it. But it seems like when it comes to Mena and, Safaree, that they are getting along. And it seems like they're co-parenting and they are back together because she was dancing up on him. She was doing the twirl. She was doing the thought. She was doing, twerking. She was twerking like up on, Safaree. In any event, she's out on TV crying not too long ago, a few months ago. So I don't know what's going on with this situation. But Mena, you better be all right. You better be safe because you said this man was no good. You wanted a divorce from him. He's a childlike. He doesn't know how to have empathy and he won't put you first. And Safaree said he still ain't going to put Mena before himself. That's what he said to the attorney. And he even got an attorney. He was ready to call it quits, baby. He was ready to fight out here in these streets. Lord have mercy. What is going on? Mena and Safaree got it. I mean, they are hot potatoes, for real, for real. But in any event, when it comes to Safaree, he said that he was at the emergency room. He went to go check up on Mena to see that she was okay and the baby was okay. And Erica did make it out of the hospital without delivering the baby. But, she's still upset. She's still mad. And she said the reason why that she did not have a conversation with Safaree to let Safaree know that she was in the hospital or their daughter was with Bambi is because, Safaree hasn't been around. He's been absentee. So she had to call on Bambi to watch their child while she was in the hospital. She couldn't call on her husband. And Safaree said that's a bull ass lie. She should have called him and he didn't know what was going on. He had no idea. He was in the dark. And basically he is saying that Mena is blindsiding him and he is not going to be blindsided anymore. Lord have mercy. They got too much going on. It's like, damn, y'all ain't even been married that long and y'all got all this drama. I don't know if you're doing it for the TV or what the case is, but when you play around with your love life, your marriage life, it's going to be a hell of a thing where, sometimes art imitates life. But in any event, Mena, she's upset, she's pissed. She ends up picking up her daughter from Bambi and she got a friend or somebody that she knows to come and help her watch the children while she try to recover. But she's still mad. She is fuming. She is so upset with Safaree. She is so heated. She's just yelling, she's just screaming and she's crying and she's just like, damn, it's like it done hit her like, yo, this relationship is bad, this marriage is bad. And she just busts out crying. She's in tears and she don't understand. Safaree don't want to be around. He's not around. She don't call him because he don't want to be around. And also she can't force him to be involved or be a father, force him to be a father. He should be checking it in on his family. And that's how she feels about the situation. And she said that Safaree came up to the hospital, but Safaree only came up to the hospital for 10 minutes. Then he left. Then he came back from 20 minutes. So basically, Mena is saying Safaree did show up to the hospital, but he only came there to save face, so social media wouldn't talk bad about him. So social media wouldn't say anything about him. So basically, he just did that. He didn't care about her well-being, her health, or what she was going through. I was like, Lord have mercy. So she's calling Safaree out for being a no good father and basically pretending for the cameras. I was like, if that's the case, Erica, why are you out here, with Safaree, shooting another show? But I know you guys need to make your money, and that's just the situation. But in any event, the way that you and Safaree was flirting out there, and I know you guys are staying in the same suite, the same hotel room, or whatever the case is, and you got your baby, both of your babies out there. So okay, so we already know that they made up. So in any event, it's gonna take them a while to realize whether they want to be together or not. But for filming's sake, camera's sake, they are still together. Hopefully they can get some real help out here in these streets, because they got children now, and Erica was just busting out crying. She was just like, he's just came. She just basically feels like he's just so disrespectful that he don't even care. He don't want to support her. He don't want to be there for her, help her. And Erica Mena said that she's just so tired. And she said she's so hurt that he was out there at the club touching on a female's butt. He didn't have on his ring. And she's just so upset because she feels like she's losing her husband. She's losing her family. And some people will say it's karma because of, DJ Envy. But in any event, the woman's going through it. She's facing it. She's hitting rock bottom with this situation. And she just starts yelling and screaming because the man that she loves is out there with other women and hitting, touching their booty and things of that nature. Even though Safaree's out here promoting and he's working, because that's why he was out there in Miami trying to get that money, get that bag to pay for that big ass beautiful house that you guys have and all them cars and bikes and trucks. Lord have mercy. All y'all need is 2 nannies, and you need a delivery person that can go out and run errands for both of you guys, because the last big fight you had is because Safaree didn't want to leave the studio because Erica Mena just wanted him to go get some diapers and some Pampers and some milk, stuff for the baby. And Safaree said he'll do it when he is done. And Erica threw a glass vase, and Safaree says that Erica is very vengeful. She slammed doors. She takes the argument to a whole new level where they're nasty to one another, but she takes it to a whole nother level where it is just outrageous, where it feels like Safaree trying to say that Erica Mena is trying to get him into, physically hitting her or physically having an altercation with him. And Safaree said he's not doing it. But at the same time, Erica Mena sitting on the floor, heartbroken, just got out the hospital. Baby ain't all the way together right now. She don't know because she almost went into labor very early. And she just sitting there just crying. Like the way that you feel and the way that you look in this picture, I would not think that you will be hurrying up back to be, in a relationship with your husband until y'all actually get some psychiatric help. Both of y'all get a 5150 out here in these streets. And Erica Mena feels that Safaree is purposely, intentionally hurting her by being out here in these streets with other women and being on Instagram, filming with other women, being everywhere but with her and the kids. And he's out here with other women, and he's doing it to intentionally hurt her and be cruel to her while she's pregnant. And basically Erica is calling Safaree a no good dirty dog, and he's just out there just trying to hurt her in each and every way. I was like, Lord have mercy, what is going on with this situation? The way that Erica was screaming and crying, I know they do things for a check, but baby, you was acting like, you seen Safaree do it with your own eyes, and the way that you was just like so humble and so hurt. I was like, it's gonna take her a minute to run back to Safaree, but no, baby, they are back together. So Safaree says, Erica Mena is very vindictive. He said that he went to the hospital to go see Erica to check on the baby, to see how everything was going, and the only thing that Erica Mena could say to him, oh, what was you doing out in the club? You was dancing with somebody, you didn't have on your ring. And Safaree said it was nothing about his children, and he basically was just so uninterested. So that's probably why Safaree ends up, being in the hospital room for 10 minutes and then leaving and coming back and staying for 20 minutes, because him and Erica was going back and forth. Because Safaree said early in the episode that, their arguments are vicious. It's just like no return. I couldn't even imagine, going through what they're going through. But Safaree turns around and he sits down with an attorney, baby. And Safaree basically is saying he wants help. He wants to make sure that he's not blindsided ever again, because the divorce papers that Erica put on Safaree, he was blindsided. He had no idea that any of that was going to go on, that she was going to do that to him. He is pissed, and basically he wants to protect his rights, and he wants joint custody. So if Erica Mena says that he don't want custody, no, he wants joint custody. He is not like Mark Daly. He wants custody of his children. He wants custody of the child that's not born yet, and then also his daughter. And basically Safaree feels like the court system is not on his side, and he might lose his kids, or he might not be able to see his kids. He's also concerned that Erica Mena might hold the kids away from him. So basically he went to go seek an attorney to protect himself. He said he's going to protect himself, and he wants to make sure no one has control over him, whether he sees his children or not. But he did say Erica Mena always told him that he would be able to see his children. She would never hold the children against, from seeing their father, Safaree. But in any event, Safaree describes like the fighting, it just escalates. It's just too much. He said it's just so much, and he's like, she's suffering when she's with me, and she's suffering when she's not with me. So Safaree basically just wants to get, custody of his children, but he wants joint custody, and that's really what he wants right now. And he just really don't know what to do with the situation, but only thing they can do is go to counseling and get some help. I was like, Lord have mercy. Could you imagine going through this? And then, they work together, so they got to film together and be around other people and act like everything's okay. Because, Erica is still pissed off about the situation. She's still feeling a certain type of way. She's still feeling upset with Safaree that he wasn't there. But it looks like when they're filming, they are saving face with the cast, and they're getting along. They look happy, or all could be for TV. But in any event, when it comes to Erica Mena, she just feels like, Safaree just does too much to hurt her. Safaree says that once someone crossed him and crossed his trust, there's no need to come back. And so that's what he's saying about, Erica Mena. But right now he's going to protect himself, and he wants to make sure he gets an upper hand in court. And he also wants to make sure that, he has somebody fighting for him, because he feels like black men and men, period, don't get, a good say so when it comes to the court. And the attorney tells Safaree that they specialize in custody of fathers and males as well. So basically it looks like Safaree's in good hands. He don't know what to do, but basically he wants to protect himself, and he wants to protect his neck. He wants to protect his property too as well, because we know he was going to be suing Erica, or he wanted Erica to pay for the damages to his bikes and things of that nature, his dirt bikes, his four-wheelers, because she threw paint all over them and put paint inside the gas tank. Erica was not playing with the situation. She was upset, and so Safaree basically starts to cry, and it's sad because he's crying, and it really feels like he loves his children and he wants to be a father. But what Erica Mena is telling us is that you are MIA and you ain't around. And Safaree says that he is around. He left the house because of the abusive relationship, verbally abusive to each other, and he didn't want it to go a step further. So you guys let me know what you think about this situation. I was like, Lord have mercy, this is crazy.